Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Learning from Life Experiences. And I'm sure you must be enjoying your Saturday afternoon, and also uh, preparing for a great weekend. So, uh, as always, I'm looking forward to have a great interaction with you. And we have our guest, a special guest with me today. Welcome, Dr. Mitali. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me and glad to be here. Really excited about it.
Yes, and I'm really looking forward to have a very interesting conversation with you, Dr. Mitali, because you have accomplished a lot in your journey so far. You are a TEDx speaker, you are a Joe Talk speaker, you are an author, and you have many new ventures, and you also a founder of Life Sutra. And I saw that you have been doing some amazing work in this field, and also creating amazing transformations in the lives of people who you are working with. So, before we begin, can you tell our audience a little bit about your journey? How has it been so far? How did it all began? And how does it feel to be where you are today?
So first of all, I think the journey has just started for me. I wouldn't say that how long has been the journey and how I reached here because I don't think that I have reached where I really want to reach. So this is, how Narendra Modi said once that कुछ करने के बारे में सोचो, कुछ बनने के बारे में नहीं, right? So my thought process is the same that I want to do something. If something comes as a compliment because of that, or comes as a gift because of that, or universe provides a kind of motivation, that is all good. But that is not the end objective. It was never the end objective to become a TEDx speaker or a Short speaker. The work that I'm doing, I think my lifetime will not be enough for suicide prevention. That I want to make India a suicide free country. हो सकता है ये life खत्म हो जाएगी और mission complete ना हो मगर जब तक possible है I want to be on this path of trying to make it because I feel that suicide is the worst thing that can happen to a human. And the idea is to make depression, anxiety, and all these mental health disorders so far away or approachable to solve, so that this becomes like a far-fetched thing. We become more emotionally stable, mentally stable society, and that journey has just started. That's my thing.
Okay, Dr. Mitani, can you hear me clearly? Because yeah, I found your voice was a little low.
Oh, is it? Is it clear now?
Yeah, now it is
Is
clear.
my voice
Yeah.
okay? Must be some network glitch in between.
Okay. Uh, So, Dr. Mitali, you mentioned that you started with your work, and you also uh, uh, had some amazing interaction with people. And you mentioned about something which actually could not hear clearly. So, can you please repeat the last part which you said?
Sure. So you asked me about my journey so far, right? And I said my journey has just started
It just
because
started.
what I want to achieve, yes,
Yeah.
because what I really want to achieve, I'm just like in the first phase of that, you know,
Okay.
and there is still so much to achieve in terms of if I talk about suicide-free India. To make India suicide-free country,
Mm-hmm.
in the first country in the world to be suicide-free completely, I think it will take complete lifetime of me and maybe many more people like me.
Yeah.
And I think if by the end of my life I can achieve that, I think then I would say that my journey was complete.
Okay.
Uh, For now, I can just say that it has just started.
So,
So yeah,
you
but
say
now
yeah, you said your journey has just started. It is just the beginning. As we say, अभी तो party शुरू हुई है.
अभी तो पिक्चर
अभी तो
बाकी है.
picture बाकी है. Yes, yes, absolutely. And
Yeah.
Dr. Mitali, one more thing which I was very, very curious to know about from you was what was the motivation or what was the idea? How did this idea start about Life Sutra? What was the
Mm-hmm.
what was how did you come on to that? How did this idea come into your mind, and how did you start working on it? Because I believe it is a very very passionate venture for you.
Yeah. So, if you know if you know a little background of me, I did corporate life for 16 years, and I was pretty good in it. I used to work at Accenture, Aditya Birla, Tesco, and I worked with all the top companies, and I was very satisfied with that work. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
till the point came where I felt that even if I'm happy here, it is not complete. I'm not like everything, all the money and financial freedom and my dreams. I'm just not happy with this. This is not giving me kind of peace or contentment that I'm looking for. So if I quit my job, then what is it that I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
मतलब एक जॉब छोड़ के दूसरा जॉब नहीं करना है मुझे. तो अगर मुझे कुछ करना है अपना पैशन का, पर प्रॉब्लम ये है कि इंडिया में किसी को अपना पैशन पता ही नहीं. शुरू के 10 साल में ही पैशन को मार
हाँ
दिया जाता है, राइट? इन द फर्स्ट 10 ईयर ऑफ योर लाइफ, जब आप 10 साल के होते हैं तब तक आपके पैशन को किल कर दिया जाता है और आपको फोर्स किया जाता है कि मैथ्स 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 मैथ्स, इंग्लिश 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 इंग्लिश, लाइक मार्क्स मार्क्स
yeah
मार्क्स. So it was a difficult journey to really find my passion, and to uh, to reach this point where I said that yes, life coaching is my
yeah
passion. Coaching people, managing people, this is my passion. To reach here, I have to go through a wide variety of journey. I did theater, I did Mrs. Delhi NCR, I did so many certification. I did diploma in psychology, I did life coaching certification, I
mm-hmm.
did NLP, I did Reiki, I did energy healing. So many things I tried to understand, wherever my energy took me. Wherever my energy took me, I went there and finished it, and then realized that this is not it.
yeah
Okay, I need to do the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and that's how you actually find your passion. To reach a point where you can say, yes, this is it. It took me a huge journey internally to reach that point. और बिना ट्राई किए बैठे बैठे नहीं होती है journey.
absolutely
You have to go out and try it. A lot of people say, I love traveling, I love traveling. Go and
yeah
travel for 1 month, and suddenly you will say, okay, I'm done with traveling. I don't want to travel. So
yes
I'm saying, don't say it, do it.
mm,
And you cannot really find your passion sitting about it. You have to
absolutely
go out there, try it, get certified, do activities. So even when I decided to be a life coach, I was not confident that I will be a good life
mm.
coach. So I did free counseling for multiple NGOs where I used to work 10 hours for free.
Oh
I used to, counsel LGBT community, depressed children, rape victim survivors, acid attack victims, divorcees, gays, lesbians, everyone, suicidal attempt survivors, all kind of people. I used to counsel for free,
yeah
and I did that for 2 years till I became confident that yes, I can take someone's life in my hand and really can transform it. Till
okay
that time, I did not start counseling
yeah
because life coaching is also because when you love something, you want to become the best in it, right? You better do it well.
so Dr. Mitali, just give me a second. I'll just I think there's some background noise from my side. I'll just take care of it. Give me a second. Yeah. So now is it all right? Uh, I
No,
hope that
I
background
can
noise
hear
is
you
gone.
clearly.
Yeah. So Dr.
Yes, I can
Mitali,
hear you very clearly.
so what I wanted to, as you mentioned that जब तक आप बाहर निकल के ट्राई नहीं करोगे तो खाली सोचने से तो कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला. and you whatever you wanted to do, you went out and tried it and did it, and then thereafter you uh, experienced so many things, whether it is coaching, whether it is traveling, whether anything for that matter. So once you also mentioned about something where you worked with people who were from who were going through some very difficult times or challenges, as you mentioned, sir. People undergoing depression, people are undergoing mental challenges, and so here we come. The point which I want to ask you and tell our audience is that we have seen people focusing more lot on your physical fitness. People go to
Mm.
gyms, people go hire trainers, and do everything to show how their body looks in terms of
Mm.
appearance. But when it
Mm.
comes to our internal emotional health or mental health, that firstly there was no awareness initially.
Mm.
Like if I talk about myself as a child, when I grew up, I never heard the word depression. I did not know what depression is. होता क्या है ये किसी को मालूम ही नहीं था. And at the
Mm.
most, so if you are feeling, you're not feeling happy, it will just say you're not feeling happy, you're feeling sad, and somebody will say something good to you, and you will come back to your normal life. Or at times, if you are, you will in the olden days, it was like आपको डांट पड़ती थी, ये क्या नाटक कर रहे हो, सीधे काम पे आ जाओ. However,
बिल्कुल.
now if you see now, every second person say is going through this feeling of depression, and it's
Mm.
become a very common word. And many times you
Mm.
find children who don't even know what is the meaning of depression, but when they are saying, "I am feeling depressed." So,
Mm.
to your mind or to with your experience, what do you think, or what is the cause for this? Why are people feeling depressed? So everybody is feeling depressed today's world.
Mm. So, first of all, let me tell you, this is not a completely bad thing.
Hmm.
Okay, because first of all, we are evolving as
Yeah.
humans. Okay, if you talk about 20 years back, I would say it's not that it was not happening,
Hmm.
it's just that we were not evolved enough to understand it.
Okay. Yeah.
Now finally, ऐसा नहीं है कि पुराने जमाने में जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन बहुत ज्यादा था. No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just that nobody had the guts to leave their job and
Hmm.
try something new.
Yeah.
ओके, क्योंकि हम बेसिक्स में ही फंसे हुए थे, हमारा
Mhm.
बेसिक्स ही मेट नहीं था.
Yeah.
क्लीन वाटर, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, गुड एजुकेशन, यही नहीं था. बेसिक्स में नॉट देयर.
Mhm.
ओके, सो forget about bigger problems and depression. Even then people were committing suicide. Okay,
Yeah.
even then people were depressed, but they were just not aware of it.
Yeah.
Thankfully now we are conscious enough, evolved enough to understand that something is wrong. Okay, and
Yeah.
only because of these evolved minds there are life coaches.
Yes.
Now we
Absolutely.
also
Mhm.
know how to solve it. We not only
Yeah.
know the problem, we also know how to solve it. I think this is
Yeah.
not a bad thing. हमेशा ये ना, ये जो पुरानी बात सुनते हैं कि पुराना जमाना अच्छा था और हम तो एक ही टीवी सीरियल में खुश थे, और आई फाइंड इट रबिश, बिकॉज
Mhm.
वी आर इवॉल्विंग. इवन द मॉस्किटोज आर, मलेरिया का मॉस्किटो इज ऑल्सो इवॉल्विंग.
Absolutely.
नाउ यू कांट किल देम विद ऑल आउट.
Mm. Yeah, they have become all out proof. That's why we are coming out. We find stronger pesticides, stronger things to kill the mosquitoes, because they normal all out doesn't work anymore. And you also brought out one more thing, that one was that we were evolving. Secondly, we were stuck in your normal day-to-day routine and issues. And one more thing was that we did not have, not only did we not have the awareness, but we also were not ready to accept. Now we are aware and we are ready to accept, especially after COVID. I think COVID was one major event that changed the entire perspective of everybody. and people realize it, and people started accepting it, and also yes, now this is something which is not good for me. I need to seek help from some expert, which earlier it used to be a taboo कि अगर कोई बोलो कि मेरे को कोई issue है तो people say it was not looked, you were not looked
See,
upon nicely about it.
I'll tell you what happened in
Yeah.
COVID. Okay. We are always running from our real problems.
Yes. Yeah, so I think there was some issue with the Mitali's network. So while she comes back, if there's anybody who wants to come up and share your comments, let me. Yeah, she's back. Yes. So, so if somebody wants to share your thoughts or you want to put in, you are welcome to join in the complaints. Yeah, Dr. Mitali, I think there was
Yes,
some
sorry
network issue at your end.
about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. What my iPhone conked off,
Oh,
so I'm using another phone now.
okay.
Sorry about
Not
that.
an issue. Not
So
an issue.
what I was, yeah, I think the last point I was mentioning is why COVID was a
Mm,
game changer
yeah,
was because we are always running from our problems, and everybody was distracting themselves by saying to themselves, like if they have family problems, they will go and spend time with
yeah.
friends. If they don't have friends, then they will spend time in
Mm,
college, in studies, in
mm,
job, in responsibilities
yes,
running around here and there. Everybody was just avoiding the real issue. Okay.
absolutely. Yeah,
And when
we were running away
COVID
from our
came,
problem. Yeah,
running away from our problems. When COVID came and you were stuck in the four walls,
mm,
no place to run away,
yeah,
now you have to, and you have all the time in the world.
mm,
And now you can't really run away from yourself. That's
yes,
when the problem started. The
mm,
problem were always there. It's just that you were distracting yourself, you were avoiding the problems. And when you were stuck and you had nowhere to go, you realized suddenly that I don't like my own company.
mm,
I hate myself. I don't have a good body. I don't like myself as a person. I don't like my parents. There is a toxic environment. There is a
yeah,
financial stress. I have no growth. I have no interest. I have no hobbies. I'm
mm,
just bored as a person. I don't know my purpose in life. Suddenly you realized all these problems, which
yes,
were already there, but now
mm,
you can't avoid
yeah,
it. And that's why a lot of people gloriously changed their life
mm,
during COVID and became something so amazing. And COVID basically transformed their life for the best. I'm
yes.
one of those.
Even I am one of
I'm
those.
one of those. Yeah. So a lot of people handled their issues and tried to solve it, while some people succumbed to it, and also there were a lot of suicides.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people could not handle it, and there was a huge number of suicides.
And
Yes.
can you also share because you are working with people who are facing these issues, and what to your mind is the most common issue or common weakness, I would say, which forces a person to take such a drastic step?
Mm. So, as per the studies, as
Hmm.
per the studies conducted on, suicidal thought process, the majority, at least 85% of the in cases, the reason is always mental health disorder.
Mm.
Okay, undetected mental health disorder, undetected. Okay,
Mm.
which means the same thing, that you have been going through depression for a long time, and you never realized it.
Yeah.
You just thought, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad. You didn't realize that the difference between sadness and depression. Okay.
Mm.
And over a period of time, suddenly the amount of hope in your brain started reducing so much. Now you feel that the most difficult thing to do in the planet, to kill
Mm.
yourself, it is the most difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
You think now that this is the most easiest thing to do.
Mm.
So your brain has flipped in a way that the most difficult thing on the planet is now the most easiest thing to
Easiest
do.
thing to do. Mm.
Yeah.
And
And apart from that, the other things are, like racism is one of them. The LGBT communities who face bias because of their
yeah.
sexuality is
Yes.
another. Peer pressure is another. Heartbreaks, divorces, separation from a partner, or death of a loved one. These
Mm.
are some of the major causes of suicidal thought process. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
Mitali, now that one thing is that we know what are some of the major causes which force people to commit suicide, and as somebody in Nasi has mentioned, people who feel stuck and feel there is no solution. Yeah, that is also another thing. And one more thing which I
Absolutely.
realized, we were especially among the youngsters, students, and as you mentioned, there's so much of pressure created on them that passion is killed at the age of 10 only. Or then you are being
Yeah.
told to get into that rat race and compete because you are trying to live the dreams of your parents through you. Or your parents,
Mm.
we as parents, what we could not do now we are trying our children to do, and we
Mm.
feel a sense of achievement. And as a
Mm.
result,
And
a child as young as
Aditya,
8,
Aditya,
yeah.
the funny thing, I'll tell you the most funny part here, and also the most tragic part. Okay.
Mhm.
We thought that our parents were not good enough parents and they killed our passion. Okay. So,
Hmm.
for example, if someone wanted to be a footballer or a cricketer, okay,
Yeah,
he was forced to learn maths and become an engineer, and now he's working in an
yeah,
MNC. So he thinks that his parents killed his dream
yeah.
of becoming a footballer. Now he forces
Hmm.
his son to become a footballer.
No,
Okay.
yes.
Even though the kid is good in maths, even though the kid
Yes.
is good in maths, now he's forcing him and sending him to football academy.
Mhm. Yes, yes.
Okay. That is the tragic part.
So,
Okay. He thinks, no, no, no. I'm letting him choose sports.
yeah,
I'm letting him choose sports, but he doesn't want to.
yes, absolutely.
Getting here, we are doing the same thing, but we think that, and every parent think that they did the best for them. And that is also true, that every
Absolutely.
parent uh, does the best they can. Okay. And that's why there's
Absolutely.
no reason to judge them. It's just that the Indian education system is also such that if a kid is a genius in maths,
Mm.
but he gets really less marks in Hindi or English, let's say, or social
Yeah,
sciences,
yeah.
parents will put tuition not for maths, क्योंकि genius है ना
Uh,
उसमें, तो जरूरत ही नहीं है मेहनत करने की.
social science will
Tuition
be,
for Hindi, English, and social sciences. Okay,
yes.
he can become the next, mathematician of the world
Yeah,
and become a scientist. But you are focusing on Hindi and English.
absolutely.
वो उसका पैशन ही नहीं है, उसके गंदे मार्क्स आने दो.
Absolutely.
It's okay if he fails in Hindi and English. It's okay. We can't accept it as parents. We can't
And
accept it.
that is one thing, and one more thing when you were talking about is that many a times we have
Someone asked
seen
a
parents
question.
of children. Yeah, I think Jyoti is asking what is the most critical case that you handle, Mitali?
Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
so, would you like to take it on?
Yeah, why not? So
Okay.
I do a lot of counseling for a lot of people, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
we also do counseling for suicidal thought process,
Mm-hmm.
okay. The most difficult case for me was when I was counseling a mother
Okay.
who has lost her son, a
Mm-hmm.
17-year-old son, to suicide.
Oh.
The son committed suicide because of a breakup. He
Mm-hmm.
broke up with his girlfriend. The girlfriend was there for 3-4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and the mother was like, I raised this boy from
Mm-hmm.
0 to 17, and within 3 years, whatever happened, my son decided to quit his life for that
Yeah.
3-year-old relationship. What about the relationship with me?
Mm-hmm.
What did I not do for him
Mm-hmm.
that he decided to leave me for that girl?
For that girl. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For that girl. That was the most, like, it was so difficult for me because, you can save people who are having suicidal thoughts, you can save them.
Yeah.
It is easier for me. I can convince them, I can do the therapy, I can save them. But someone who has already lost a son to suicide, it is
Yeah.
impossible to counsel them. It is impossible. There is nothing I can say that can
Yeah.
really, make give her peace. There is nothing you can say to a parent who has lost a son like that. So, I mean, that is the most traumatic. And we do free counseling for people who have lost their kids for,
Okay.
in suicide. We were doing it
Yeah.
for all the people who are left behind. It can be brother, sister, mother,
Yeah.
whoever has lost someone to suicide. We do free counseling for them.
Okay.
So we were
So,
running this campaign where we were
mm,
doing, and yeah,
so one
so
thing
it
I
was
wanted to
the
ask you, Mitali, was that is there something that we as parents or maybe teachers at school or we as part of the society do? What can
mm,
we do to make the children emotionally or mentally strong so that they are capable of handling the pressure
mm,
which is forcing them to
mm,
take such a step as you mentioned about this lady and her son, like 17 years of
mm,
relationship gone for just for a 3 years of he could not handle the breakup. So
yeah.
what can be done to by everybody, every stakeholder involved, whether it is parents, whether it is teachers, your society, your friends, and even the education system to make these youngsters mentally strong.
Mm,
Or what can be
mm.
done, or how can we change our thought process? How can we change our way of working or functioning for that?
Yeah. So, first of all, I would say, like, let's not make them mentally, emotionally strong. I would say let's make them mentally, emotionally flexible. You know,
Okay.
how
Yeah.
we say that a flexible body is a strong body, right? If you do yoga and your body is flexible enough, then you are good, you're healthy, you are
Yeah.
physically healthy. Similarly, if a mind is also flexible, okay,
Mm.
that means the mind is healthy. The flexibility of the mind is the strength of the mind. Okay, flexibility means what? That you can navigate your way through all kind of people. Good
Yeah.
people, bad people, mean people, bitchy people, bossy people, angry people. You can make your way around it, okay,
Mm.
and still remain unharmed. Okay, like water. Okay,
Yeah.
and how does that happen? That you tell your child that, मतलब मैं एक ही सेंटेंस बोलती हूँ और मैं बहुत सारे क्लाइंट्स को भी बोलती हूँ कि कुछ भी हो जाए ना तो कुछ नहीं होता
बिल्कुल.
जिंदगी में, कुछ भी हो जाए तो कुछ नहीं होता. There is no problem big enough. There is
Yeah.
absolutely
Absolutely.
nothing in the world which is big enough.
Mm. And
Whether you
that
lose
reminds.
your parents, whether you lose all the money,
Mm.
whether you lose your limbs,
Mm.
still
Absolutely.
it is not big
Yeah.
enough. कुछ भी हो जाए तो कुछ नहीं होता. और नॉर्मली जिस चीज का वो लोग इतना स्ट्रेस ले रहे होते हैं उससे तो एक्चुअली कुछ नहीं होता.
Mm.
You miss out on exam, you get less marks, you failed one semester. कुछ नहीं होता उससे. Nothing.
You can
Your
you
growth,
can
your
still
freedom.
bounce back and come back to overcome that.
Yeah, just tell your kid everything is okay, everything is fine, all is well. You know,
Absolutely.
कुछ भी हो जाए तो कुछ नहीं होता. Okay,
And
so just
another thing is, Mitali, like making your child aware and telling them and that कुछ भी हो जाए कुछ नहीं होता. One is that, and also how important is the open communication between the parents and children
yeah,
to also
मतलब
help
I'll tell
them
you what
achieve
I
that
do.
mental resilience.
Yes, yes. You have to force kids to, in the beginning of their life only, as they start talking, you make sure that they communicate. You force them to communicate so much so that it becomes like a habit. Talking about their day, like purane zamane mein, I remember when I was a small child, every day my father used to come home. My mom will sit with him, give him tea, and just sit while he's taking off his shoes and socks and washing his hands, and she will sit and say what happened today. And my dad is an engineer, my mom is a BA English.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have nothing in common, and dad is talking about the engineering stuff which my mother does not understand at all. But the whole habit of him sharing everything with my mother, that really reduces the stress. Every single day without fail, my father will tell everything from the office to my mom. This happened, he got transferred, iska ye hua, iska salary, iska wo, iska promotion, iska this, that, everything he'll share. Okay, and my mother will share, on the other hand, my mother will share everything that happened in her day. So I made this a habit that every time I come back from school, I tell my mom everything. And that's why I have that communication with my mom. I can talk about everything. And that gives you emotional flexibility. Because अगर आपने बुरी से बुरी चीज भी मदर को already बता दी, and she's like, ठीक है. So you also
Yeah.
feel, हाँ ठीक है ना, मम्मी को बता दिया ना. See, हमारे दिमाग में mom dad is like God. बचपन में mom dad are like God, right? और अगर उन्होंने approve कर दिया तो everything is fine. अगर उन्होंने बोल दिया, oh no, my God, what have you done? Then you are lost.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'll just read some of the comments here. Nasia says, be open to knowing challenges happen and we are bigger than challenges because none of it lasts forever. Yes. And she also goes on to say one more thing. Some say it is not more about discipline, but about making children feel good about themselves. When they paint something, ask them how they feel. So feeling, yes, feeling is important. And one more thing I realized when you were talking about this communication, open communication, as because I was brought up in an environment where was very little communication between my parents. And I was in a profession in the army wherein we always used to keep our work separate from our personal life because we don't ever wanted to carry the pressure of your work to interfere with your personal life. However, what I realize is now it was good, or it was at times, we say ignorance is bliss. So that used to be work in some cases. And another thing which comes to my mind is when your children are sharing something with you, if we accept what they are saying and if we avoid judging them for everything that they are doing or saying, will it make a difference?
See, then it will be wrong, right? Like, if your son is saying that he stole money, will you be calm about it?
No.
You can't be, right? So then they will, then that is not real communication. That it is a fake communication. I don't want, like you don't be like that. I also tell people that this thing of not hitting your child, when the hitting has a NLP, neuro linguistic programming kind of good. If the son is doing something, he's saying an abusive word or he's hitting a smaller child, you have to hit him to make sure that the programming is done, that this is wrong. Okay. But I'm not saying you hit him so hard. It has to be a lesson clearly communicated.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't think that the whole idea of completely securing, then you're losing the flexibility part. अगर उसको इतना safe environment में रखोगे तो फिर आपके साथ नहीं है तो वो किसी और के साथ बात ही नहीं कर पाएगा.
Yeah.
He will have no friends because not everybody will be accepting of everything he says.
Absolutely.
Some people will make fun of it. Someone will slap him. How can he be comfortable with everything, right? Give him a real environment. If he's doing something bad, shout about it. If he's doing something good, appreciate it. If he's not doing anything at home, make sure he does the household work. If he's not disciplined, make sure he becomes disciplined. Do all the parenting things. But बात करते करते बातें रुकनी नहीं. लड़ो भी. मैं अपने हस्बैंड से भी ये कहती हूँ कि you fight but you communicate. Silence is the dangerous thing. Silence is a dangerous thing. So and you fight also, it out. You process it.
And also, Mitali, at times what you say and how you say or how you communicate also matters a lot. Even if you're the way you are saying things is more important than what you are saying.
Right. Why the emotions become stronger? Like, for example, even if someone is saying a good thing with anger, it becomes a poisonous thing, right?
Absolutely.
And the reason for that is because bottled up emotions are there. That person has nothing wrong to say, but because of the bottled up emotion, which is not said on time or expressed properly, the good emotion has become now poisonous. It is coming out as sarcasm. Instead of saying a nice thing that, you should drink more water, you are telling your child, तुम पानी मत पियो ना, तुमको मेरी सुननी नहीं है, you don't drink water, you don't take care, listen to me, you are a mean child, I don't want a child like you. You're becoming negative because of this pent up emotions. अगर आप वो पेंट अप इमोशन और सिर्फ वो चाइल्ड की वजह से नहीं आ रहा, वो एक्चुअली आप अपने हस्बैंड का गुस्सा भी चाइल्ड पे निकाल रहे हो, आपके लाइफ का खुद का फ्रस्ट्रेशन, बिकॉज यू थिंक दैट यू आर नथिंग बट अ हाउसवाइफ and all friends are working or traveling or enjoying vacation, and you saw on Instagram someone is getting slimmer and slimmer and आपका वेट बढ़े जा रहा है, तो इतना सारा फ्रस्ट्रेशन जो है वो आप एक जने पे निकाल रहे हो. Okay, because you are not processing your emotions, you are using one person to vent it out. तो आपका तो process हो गया emotion, आपने vent out कर दिया, but that child is damaged in the process.
So that is about children. How about how do you or what do you do with the elders or grown-up people at times who are going similar kind of situation? It could be your friend, it could be your spouse, it could be your parents. So firstly, how do you identify, and then how do you communicate with them? How do you empower them?
So similar kind of situation in the sense, are you talking about suicidal thoughts, or you're saying
suicidal thoughts?
Are you able to hear me, Aditya? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear now. Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify the question. When you're saying someone adult or someone like a father or a friend or someone like, like a person, if they are going through similar kind of situation, what do you mean by similar?
So similar kind is because why I asked you this question is that in the armed forces while I was in service, we found many cases of suicides taking place in the last couple of years. And so we would find that a person who's very happy-go-lucky, he's absolutely fit and fine, doing everything properly, and suddenly one day he shoots himself. And then you are looking and find out you're not able to find out what exactly is the reason. So how do you
what exactly happened?
Yeah.
Right, right.
So,
So this is
what are
nothing
the
but
things one can look for, or what are the pointers that will give you an idea as to everything is not right with this person, and this person needs some kind of a help?
right. So there are two questions here. One is, what went wrong? First of all,
Mm.
and the answer is common. The answer is emotional constipation. Okay.
Mm. Feeling
You don't
when
process
inside,
your emotions.
blossom inside.
Yes. You don't process it. For example, there was a death in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was your mother's death or your father's death, and you never cried.
Mm-hmm.
You said, I'm strong, I have to take the responsibility now, and I have to do the
Yeah.
things, and I have to do the kriya karma, and I have to take care of my sister's wedding and all of that. So you never really process the emotion of your
Yeah.
pain. Okay.
Yeah.
So one is that. Second is, you went through a divorce
Mm.
or a trauma of a breakup,
Mm.
and you said, no, I'm going to be strong, I'm not going to cry about it, I'm not going to give that person the importance of my emotions. Okay, I
Mm.
will never express. Or someone abused you or hit you, and you
Mm.
never did something about it, and now it is killing you. You want to take revenge, but you don't have the guts.
Yeah.
Okay, so you never process. Your boss abused you.
Mm.
Okay, you can't say anything to your boss, and you can't leave this job. Okay,
Yes.
unprocessed. So many unprocessed emotions are, over a period of time, it becomes like a poison. First it
Mm.
becomes a poison, then it becomes like an infestation, then it becomes a wound which is
Mm.
full of pus, and every time someone touches it, it hurts.
Yeah.
You shout, you become angry, you cry suddenly for no reason, you hate people, you dislike the whole world. And at some point, when you dislike everybody and you feel there is nothing to live for, because nobody loves me, I don't love anybody, it's better
Mm.
I go. The pain, because the pain has become so much now. Okay, it starts with a unprocessing, and especially men, because the number of suicide in men is higher.
Yes, absolutely.
So that means men are not processing their emotions, and
Mm.
that is also subconscious programming over a long period of time, because men are supposed to be a certain way. Okay, they don't even tell their best friends.
Yeah.
They spend so much time with their best friends. They never, in fact, women are better friends than men. Women share everything.
Yes,
Women cry.
I agree. I
Women
fully agree
don't
with you
even,
that. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Women cry about their marital problems in front of the other women. Men cannot do that.
Mm.
Men will keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. They will only drink.
Mm.
They think that alcohol
Yeah.
is the answer, you know. And
So,
alcohol does what? It numbs. It
it
numbs,
numbs you.
right?
It numbs your feeling. It
It
numbs your
numbs.
mind, and you feel a
Right.
temporary relief from this. That's it.
Temporary relief.
Yeah.
It's like a painkiller. It just kills
Yeah.
that pain for some period. It does not
Mm.
solve the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so you distract yourself for some time, but then you're back in that, and now you go deeper, and now you increase
Mm.
the number of amount of alcohol,
Mm.
and then it numbs you. After some time, that doesn't work. Then you take drugs. Then you do this and that. Everything you do, but you are not ready to solve the problem. Not really handling the problem. You know कि ठीक है एक बार process करते हैं इसको. So first is that. Second, symptoms of suicide. If you're asking me how to really read signs.
Yeah.
So any abnormal behavior. For example, if a person is very quiet by nature, introvert,
Mm.
and suddenly he's laughing too
Yeah.
much, or he's trying to be extrovert or extra friendly, you know, and someone who's normally very happy-go-lucky, laughing and talking to people, suddenly he's isolated himself from
Yeah.
everybody, and he's cutting himself off. Okay, these are two clear signs.
Mm-hmm.
Third is any kind of activity that is their favorite activity or
Yeah.
favorite food, or something that they love to do or they're extremely good at. Suddenly they are not doing that at all,
Yeah.
and they don't find any interest in that. Someone is a good footballer, someone is a good painter, now they don't want to do it. Now they just suddenly have lost interest in their favorite things. Okay.
Yeah.
And fourth is that the basic activities like taking care of your hair, your clothing, you're not taking bath for 1 week, 2 weeks, you're not brushing your teeth, you're sleeping all the time.
Yeah.
Either you're sleeping too much or you're not sleeping at
Not
all.
sleeping at all. Yeah.
Yes. That is
And
also
not
another
taking care of your appearance also.
appearance or your basic hygiene.
Mm.
You're not either you're eating too much or you're not eating at all.
Yeah.
So any extreme behavior changes gives a very clear sign of suicide. Other things are giving your things away. Okay, people when they have decided, it depends on also which stage of suicidal thought they are in. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Stage 3 may they start giving out things. That means they have decided the time, place to do the suicide. They've already decided it. So they start giving out their things, their favorite things to people. And uske baad, there are sentences like, it's okay. Statements like these, or like subtle hints of going away very far.
Yeah.
Or leaving, these kind of subtle hints.
Yeah.
That is another very clear sign of suicidal thoughts.
Okay.
So
So
in the suicide, yeah.
So these are the things one should be aware of and look for people when you see these kinds of things or these kind of symptoms or say signals coming out from a person. That means you need to probe a little deeper and find out what exactly is bothering that person, and don't ignore
Yes.
these. At times we
Yes.
ignore them. The moment we ignore them, we
Not
say,
at
"ठीक
all.
है यार, हो जाएगा." So that is
No.
one thing which is very important. And one more question comes to my mind is Mitali, that what can be done, especially for men, because we are conditioned to be strong. We are brought up always in a way that you have to strong. जो famous वाला है, मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, so you have to appear strong even if you're weak inside. So what can be done to uh, uh, um, make men or our children or boys who are growing up, to make them, yes, it is okay to be vulnerable, it is okay to share. Women are natural. It is very natural for women to share everything with others, and if whether they're happy, they are not happy, if they are going through any difficult time, they'll immediately share. But when it comes to men, we bottle up things. So what can be done as a society or as to change this particular kind of thought process, or how that conditioning of men?
Right. I'm so happy that you asked this question. In fact, from last 6 months, I've been doing a research on this. Okay, men's mental wellness and how to make men more emotionally intelligent is the kind of work I'm working on that, because I have a lot of clients who are suffering something similar. So I realized over a period of time, to make men more emotionally flexible or emotionally healthy, they should engage in activities which are nurturing activities. Activities like gardening, activities like cooking, taking care of the kids, teaching the kids, putting the kids to sleep, reading storybooks to their kids, okay, taking care of anybody who's sick. Any kind of nurturing activities. If if the boy is small, you start that from growth process, that help in the kitchen, you put the plates on the dining table, you cut the vegetables, or things like that. You have to involve boys especially in the household work, okay, nurturing work, okay. Or you involve them in gardening, taking care of the plants or watering the plants and things like that increases the emotional intelligence. Or the feminine side, there are masculine and feminine side in everybody. When the masculine side becomes too strong, the feminine side or the emotional side gets weaker and weaker. Or आजकल क्या हो गया, females में भी masculine side is becoming stronger. Okay, they are becoming more masculine, and the feminine side is going that's why they are also suffering with emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
flexibility.
Yeah.
So even if women are going through depression because they are losing that part of themselves. So even for men, I think certain nurturing activities should be part of their lifestyle to increase the emotional intelligence. They should get involved in certain activities like that.
So, especially the modern parents, younger who are they're newly become parents, or who are about to become parents, can use these things right from the beginning with their children
Absolutely.
to make
Absolutely.
them emotionally flexible, and also not only strong and resilient, but also to express themselves more, communicate with each other, communicate as a family, make them involved in day-to-day work, everything that they are doing. This will build that kind of mental or emotional flexibility which is required
Yes.
in a person.
And you might have noticed this, that a lot of small little girls, they write diaries,
Yeah.
which is
Hmm.
nothing but journaling.
Mm.
But boy child are
They don't.
never really fond of
They
it.
don't. Yeah.
So if you instill this habit of writing,
Yeah.
sometimes they can't express it, but they can still write it in their diary. I think that is a good way of processing emotions. The best part about writing in your diary is whatever problem you take to your diary,
Mm.
the diary will solve the problem itself. By the end of finishing the journal, you have already solved the problem by yourself. That is the most fantastic thing about journaling or writing in a diary. So if a child is initially forced and then disciplined into processing his emotions through the diary, which he thinks is safe and secure,
Yeah.
like his privacy is not, most of the kids don't write it because mom will read it. So
Yeah.
if you give him that security that nobody is going to read it,
Yeah.
and he can really express everything that he wants to, and I think that is the best way to really process emotions.
Yeah.
So that will be fantastic.
That reminds me, when you brought about this point about writing a diary, that reminds me of one particular sentence which one of our mentors told us, that if you're not feeling very happy with somebody in your life, or if you want to express your anger, put down everything, write it down on a piece of paper or in a diary, and then later on burn it.
Hmm.
So that way
Yeah.
you are able to give vent to all the ill feelings or all the anger, anguish which is going through your mind. You have just like taken it out through your mind to your hand, to through your fingers on pen onto paper, and then it releases all the vent up feelings which you are not able to speak to somebody.
Yeah.
So yes, yeah, it is a very great way for us to overcome these kind of feelings. And Nasiha says men don't speak to women because the woman will use that the same thing against them. So
Yeah.
that is
It
another reason sometimes
it is very much a
because
possibility because women have more emotional memory,
yeah.
you know and that's why women, because men don't remember, उनको anniversary तो याद नहीं रहती, तो उनको इतना झगड़ा क्या याद रहेगा, right?
Yeah.
So men don't have emotional memory. But अगर आप रास्ता एक बार किसी आदमी को दिखा दो, उसको रास्ता याद रहेगा, because
Absolutely.
navigation is a strong suit. So that's how men and women are designed, and that's why men don't like to fight verbally as much as physically. Physically they can fight, they love to do that, पर verbally fight में उनको पता that they will lose against a woman, because women have so much memory, so much facts and figures to fight, right? So that's why they avoid conversation. लड़कियों को लगता है अरे बात कर लो, and men avoid conversation because they think they will lose.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's why the other way of processing the emotion will make more sense, and for them, instead of really maybe communication directly to the person might not help. मैंने ये बहुत रिसर्च के बाद बोल रही हूँ कि that people say communication, but men really don't like to communicate feelings. So why not process the emotion in a different way,
Absolutely.
and even if they can't express it, they should at least feel it. And to feel, first you have to start feeling itself, right? When you take care of plants na, then आपको पता चलता है कि उसमें कितनी छोटी छोटी चीजें you are taking care of. That nurturing feeling has to first start. You know, if you start feeling, then suddenly you will notice that your wife, you know, is touching her hand. Maybe her hand is also hurting.
Yeah.
You know, because men don't even notice it sometimes because they are not the feeling. Feel करना ही नहीं आता है चीजों को, right? So once you start taking care of small things like a plants, leaves, flowers, insects, then you start noticing these small things. So you know that's how that's what works.
Thank you very much, Mitali. Thank you. It was a great conversation, and I'm sure all our audience and they would have enjoyed. And you know, you brought out certain very important points related to, especially for people like me, men, how we can become emotionally flexible, and what are the alternate means we can use if we are not very comfortable speaking about it, where we can do what are the other things we can utilize or impart in our life to get those feelings out and become emotionally resilient and much more better in our life. And that will not only help you overcome any kind of feelings which may bring that thought in your mind to take the extreme step, and also make your overall relationship with everybody, whether it is your spouse, your children, your parents, or your friends, it will become much better. So thank you very much, Mitali, for taking your time and joining us. And what would be your one big message to everybody who's here watching you and listening to you, to as a parting gift for this session at least,
So
which will help them not only for themselves but for the future generations, because now like people like me, we have grown up children, but yes, there are still certain things which we can learn from you, pick up, and which we can pass to our future generation, maybe or the people we are interacting with, and as coaches when we are working with our clients. So what would be your message to them?
So my one single message would be कि कुछ भी हो जाए तो कुछ नहीं होता.
कुछ नहीं होता, कुछ भी हो जाए कुछ
Everything
नहीं होता.
कुछ नहीं
Yes.
होता. Nothing is in this world is big enough for you to think about taking your life. There is nothing as important as you. You are the most unique person that even जैसे आप गोभी का if you see a gobi, तो
Yeah.
गोभी को टमाटर से कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते, पर मैं आपको ये बोलती हूँ गोभी को गोभी से भी कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज इवन दो गोभी भी अलग होती है, right?
Absolutely.
You know, two cauliflowers are not exactly the
Yeah.
same, so you are unique. Imagine the universe created every single tomato separate, you know, like unique. Imagine why will God create you exactly like someone else? So stop comparing yourself. You are
Absolutely.
unique the way you are. And I think God will show you your passion and your purpose, and you will find it.
Yeah.
A little work will help to make things faster, but I'm sure you will do great. Stop comparing.
Thank you, Mitali. And anybody who wants to connect with Dr. Mitali or me, and if you want to talk about this topic more, if you want to gain more information, or if you want to express something which you are not able to do here in the live, because I got a few requests to come up on live, but I was not able to do it. So you are most welcome to connect with Mitali or me. And thank you very much, Mitali. And it was an amazing session. I'm looking forward to have another session sometime soon, and give some
Absolutely.
useful tips to our audience. Thank you very much. Have a
Absolutely.
great day and have a
Thank you
great
so
weekend.
much.
And
Thank you
thank
so much
you to
for having me.
all other people who are out there
Yes.
who joined our live and who also shared their own insights. Especially, I want to thank Nasiha, because Nasiha always come out with very great insights and shares. And thank you very much. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, Nasia. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable feedback and your comments. That was very helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Mitali. Bye. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Good. Good.